Okay, I'm gonna swim out this way. I don't want to get my head in the water, so I'm doing like I think it's not a breaststroke, it's a frog or something like that. Maybe it is called a breaststroke, I don't know. Whoa, fish! So as you see, I'm not like super close to the rocks, but I'm also not out in the middle. And you don't want to be like super close to the rocks because you might accidentally hit one of the submerged ones and really hurt your leg. But one of the reasons why we're going out here is to show you, like, if you are in kind of like more open water, where you should swim if like a boat comes by, because you know motorboats should slow down with swimmers, but not everyone does. So there's going to be some pretty big waves sometimes. So it's important to know, like, if you do run into that situation, like, where's the safest space for you to swim. Yeah, there's a boat right over there. Alrighty, so let's say that boat was speeding on by and we had a lot of waves going. Now the waves, they'd be pushing us this way towards the rocks, so we don't want to be super close, or else well, we might get bashed against the side, and that's really dangerous. Not only could you get really hurt, but you could drown, you know. So you want to stay, I don't know, maybe like the length of the living room, so maybe like 15 feet or so away from the rock. But you also don't want to be like too far out, because not only are the waves going to be a bit more intense, but the boat might not see you, because you know you're just like a little bobbing head in a giant water. Oh, here comes some jet skis. This might be a good example of like what might happen like with waves. So that worked out. Also, whenever you're swimming in open water like this, you always want to be aware of what's going on around you, especially like if there's any other boats around, any other swimmers, or even like beaver or otters. The fish won't really bother you, so don't worry about that. Alright, so we have the jet skis. Looks like they might see me actually, so they're slowing down, so they're being very thoughtful with that. Looks like we won't get too big of waves. That's not too bad. But anyways, as you can see, like the currents already pushed me like closer. So once again, imagine we've fallen in. We want to get a little bit further away from the rocks. Doing a bit of a backstroke right now. Looking around me. Alright, so this is a safe distance. And once again, we want to stay like here. That way, if the waves come, we won't hit the rocks. But we also don't want to be so far out there that they might accidentally hit us. So if you go into the situation, you wait as like to the best of your ability, just like stay this distance, tread water, swim against the waves, have your head above the incoming waves to the best of your ability. People are cliff jumping over there. And wait for the waves to settle down before you try to get up. The reason why you want to wait for calm water is, once again, so you don't have like the force of the waves hit you against the side of the rock, because that's really easy to like hit your head or like have the wind knocked out of you. Once again, when I'm doing this, I'm always looking around me, making sure that I'm safe. There's another speedboat coming. That red one is doing pretty well with going nice and slow, keeping its distance. I'm gonna wait and see if we get much of a wave from this oncoming speedboat. So what we're seeing right here is really responsible watercraft etiquette. So, you know, the faster boats are going in kind of like the fast lane, and then the slower ones are kind of like in its own lane closer to the shore. And then that leaves, you know, swimmers like me to be able to be safe in the swimming area. And as you can see, they're slowing down, which is really nice. Now we have some waves coming in. I don't know if you can see this. You can see that red boat rocking a bit. Once again, looking at my surroundings. Oh, we got a dog. Hi, baby. Oh, yep, here comes the waves. So they're not super huge, but they don't have to be huge to make an impact, because there's something called an undercurrent. So the top might look a little choppy, like this, but beneath the top, there's a more force moving with the water. So this is called Long Lake, and it's called Long Lake because it's a long lake. Here now you can see some of the waves. You can see they're like kind of crashing on the shore. That's why we don't want to be there. Be a little dangerous. But with this lake being so big, it has a current like a river. So even in, if you ever go swimming at like Lake Charleston or Lake Shelbyville, even those lakes have currents too. Oh, here they come. I think you can probably see the waves now. So I'm swimming against it just a little bit. I'm doing my breaststroke. And we have our hands flat like pancakes, so we move it out. Almost like making a snow angel. And once again, we're staying away from the side because it's not safe. We can see some bigger waves over there. I just realized the fishermen probably think I'm talking to myself, but that's okay. There are all kinds of people in the world, aren't there? But yeah, so that's what you want to do. If you fall in someplace that, you know, is at risk for speedboats and waves with a rocky face.